Well, we're here at a New York Sash project at a home in Sauquoit, where this one home is in desperate need of a new front window. Now, the old window, as you can see, really needs to be replaced. All of the paint has begun to peel and chip off. That means that there's moisture inside of that wood. It's pushing the paint off of the surface. That leads to air infiltration. Now, air infiltration leads to drafts, which you'll be very uncomfortable sitting in front of that window during the winter months. So what my family business, New York Sash, is going to do is we're going to remove that entire window and replace it with a new New York Sash bay window. This bay window is going to be customized specifically for this opening and will solve all of those problems. The windows in the bay window will be vinyl, so you won't have to worry about that peeling and chipping paint, and the new window will be much more energy efficient. Now let's head inside, take a look at the condition of this old window in there. As you can see, the seat on this window has begun to deteriorate. The UV rays from the sun does a tremendous amount of damage. It breaks down the finish on the seat of the window. It also can fade your flooring, your drapery. That's why with our New York Sash brand windows, we put a coating of low E. It stands for low emissivity. That helps reduce the amount of ultraviolet light that gets into the home to break down the finishes on your bay window and on your flooring. Also with the New York Sash brand window, it's a vinyl window, so it no longer expands and contracts like this old wood window. And as you can see with this one, it's gotten to a point, as I mentioned, with that expansion and contraction, it takes effort to get that window open. I don't know if you've experienced that in your own home where you have an old wood window, it swells up, it's hard to operate. With the New York Sash windows, it'll be extremely easy to operate, energy efficient, cut down on the drafts, and it will be finished beautiful like a piece of furniture. One of the most important parts of installing a projection style window is the method in which you support the window. Now, old technology, they used to use the old-fashioned knee braces, and the old windows had a tendency to tip away from the home. With the new style windows, we use a cable support system. Now, the cables are anchored into the window, and there's an adjustment bolt on the bottom of the window that gives us the ability to adjust the window so it's perfectly plumb. These cables are anchored to the home. We can put it up in the rafters or to the top plate, whichever is the best anchoring point for the window. Then the adjustment screws on the bottom, and that gives us the ability to make slight adjustments to the window. In upstate New York, all of our homes have a tendency to move a little bit with the hot summers and the cold winter months. So if an adjustment is needed, it's easy to make on this particular window. Now the project is complete and this bay window has turned out absolutely beautiful. It truly becomes the focal point of this room. Now, if you remember before, the old window, old construction, it was built in the 1970s, and it just wasn't made to stand up to the harsh weather that we have here in central New York. So what we did is we converted it over to a New York Sash brand window, much more energy efficient. Now there's some features on this window I'd like to point out. First, the overall construction of the window is extremely unique and different than the old-fashioned way of making windows. They used to make the frame out of a 3/4 inch lumber. This is actually 5/4 inch plywood. And at the factory, they put a 1-inch foam board on the bottom. That way you don't have the cold transfer through the seat. That's sealed with a vinyl material on the bottom. It's airtight and it's also weathertight. All of the windows at New York Sash are extremely energy efficient. With this particular model, we have triple glass in the end vents and we have double glass in the center. Now, all of the glass has a low E coating, and in between the panes of glass, we actually have a gas. That inert gas gives it an insulation factor to make you warmer during the winter months and to keep you cooler during the summer months. All of our New York Sash brand windows come with that type of energy efficiency. Now, as far as ease of operation, the casements on the ends have a 2-point locking system, and they are extremely easy to operate and easy to clean. And this center picture window gives you an absolutely beautiful view. Now the finish package that's available on the bay windows from New York Sash, this particular window we've done in golden oak. So we have a veneer golden oak on the seat, on the jambs, and to completely finish it off on the interior of the home, we've applicated a 3¼ inch colonial casing, and that's also been stained in a golden oak to match the remainder of the window. If you're interested in replacing a large window in the front of your home, maybe you have a flat window and you'd like to convert it over to a bay window or a bow window, or you'd like to replace one that's starting to just get old and not hold up to the weather conditions here in central New York, stop down to our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard, check out the bay windows that we have on display, and we'd be happy to work with you on your next big window project.